healthy.
From the Streamline Sale Court inside the Jenkins Fieldhouse here in the campus of Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, welcome to Florida Southern College women's basketball. Today, one of the Sunshine State Conference's oldest and best rivalries. It'll be the homestanding Mocs against the University of Tampa Spartans. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jim Henderson, Carl Van Gelder, our analyst to my left. A little further to my left, Chelsea Moore. We have Em and Sam on cameras, and we are happy that you are here with us for the start of today's women's game. It is the 112th meeting of these two teams. The Mocs with a big advantage at 67-44, but Carl, Florida Southern has lost the last 6 and 8 of the last 9 to this Tampa team that last year went all the way to the Elite Eight.
And the Mocs will have a tall task on their hands today, taking on this Tampa squad. You mentioned their success last year, but right now, number 23 in the nation. They've shown that they still have that pedigree. 17 wins so far this year, so looking to keep that rolling.
Yeah, Tampa also 9-2 in Sunshine State Conference play and have on a 4-game win streak. Their losses have been to Embry-Riddle and Nova. They have beaten Eckerd, and Carl, those are the top 4 teams right now in the conference.
Yeah, and the Mocs, they competed really well against this Tampa squad earlier this year. They scored the most points they've in a total game between the two schools since 2000 and the most points since the early 2010s. So the Mocs offense looking to get even more up pace this year, and we've seen that throughout. Coach V, thank you for hopping up here.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, Mocs assistant coach Vernicia Andrews is here with us. And first of all, Coach, the last time you played these guys, it was a racehorse game, 84-78. Tampa got it done at the end of the game. Can you foresee another one like that tonight?
No, we definitely showed our cards the first game, and we watched a ton of film heading up to this game. We just saw a lot of the mistakes we made were self. Like, we did a lot of things that hurt ourselves. A lot of the turnovers, they weren't doing anything special. We kind of just handed the ball over to them. So a lot of things that hurt us, we're trying to make sure we don't do this game, and this round will be a lot of different story.
And something that hurt you guys in that game, 16 three-pointers made for this Tampa side, the most in program history for them. And a lot of that is we saw a little bit in the 2-3 zone, sometimes players not noticing the players moving over to the wing. How are you trying to prevent those openings from developing?
Like I said, we watched a ton of film, and some of the things we were just sinking a little bit too low and out of rotation because we were so worried about the paint and worried about number 44, Zoe, who is a really good player. Like, we had to take a lot of her game away from her. So we sunk in a little bit too much. We put us in a bad position of getting out to that 3. So we just had to play an all-around game, and our post players are going to have to work their butt off. The middle of our zone is going to have a heck of a game.
Well, it looks like, too, that while you guys do play a lot of players, Tampa does not. Tampa really relies on that starting 5.
For sure. So we're hoping to maybe press them a little bit and use that to our advantage because we do have a lot of bench. And we can go into our bench when they usually play 7 or 8 players. So we're going to try to make them go into their bench and play our game instead of playing Tampa's half-court game.
Okay.
And you talked about making Tampa play into their bench. They ranked 273rd in the nation in bench points per game. You guys are 83rd.
Okay.
So they also do a great job of limiting fouls, the fewest fouls in the nation. And to get the bench on the floor, you need to get some fouls as well. How are you guys hoping to get that contact?
Tampa does a really, really good job of fouling you without fouling you. So they show their hands and they kind of like ride to the basket. So we just got to make sure we just got to play our game and don't anticipate the foul. We got to play through it.
Well, you're coming off a really impressive win last Saturday over Florida Tech, 88-54. Sure. Everybody got a chance to play, and it's the kind of game that you really want to have coming into this one.
Definitely. It's definitely a confidence game that we win. We told them we want to take the good things from this game and just sharpen it. But remember that we have a battle that's going to go on. It's going to be all 40 minutes. But we also told them not think of it as a bigger picture, just chop it into 5 minutes. So try to win every 5 minutes up to the media timeout, and then we're going to just hope to put the bigger picture together.
And, Coach, something that really went well in that Florida Tech game, 11 Mocs finding themselves in the scorer sheet. You had 7 Mocs who found their way on the score sheet in just the first quarter. How are you hoping to get everyone involved in this one?
Exactly. That's just a game where it's a confidence and a team win. So we just told them, like, this is what you can do. So why not do it every single game? No matter who's on the court, who's versing us, what's on the front of your jersey is who you play for, Florida Southern. So we just told them, go out there and play your game and have fun. Everything else will fall in line, but you've got to take care of the little things. Play by play. First step is believing, but then you also got to have some action. So we put that together. There's nobody stopping us, like I always say.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight. A great challenge, but also a great opportunity.
For sure. Thank y'all.
All right.
Coach.
Mocs assistant coach Vernicia Andrews. Well, Carl, as the both teams continue to warm up, now let's take a look at, first of all, the Sunshine State Conference standings, and then we'll get into some of the top players in these two teams here tonight. And right now, Carl, as I look at the Sunshine State Conference standings here, and we'll get them up here for you in just a second. The Mocs right now are in 6th place in the conference at this point. Tampa, as you can see by the lay, is number 2, 9-2 overall. Embry-Riddle 10-1, but Carl, Embry-Riddle lost last time out against Eckerd. You can see where Eckerd is. And I guess my question is this: Barry has moved up to 6-5. We're sitting just under at 5-6. Do we have enough to get into that top 4, maybe get a home game in the first round of the conference tournament?
I think the biggest thing, and it's not the answer that everyone wants to hear, is we have to win the close games. We've had a number of games this year, 5-6, but I believe at least 4 of those losses were by 2 possessions or less. Some of them went to free throws at the end, making it 3. But the Mocs have lost a lot of close ones this year. We saw that a little bit last year, too. If they want to be a team that deserves home court advantage, you need to win the close ones.
Yeah, and when you look at the standings now, again, we are 6th. But if you look at the 5 above us, we play each one of them one more time. And that got me to thinking, well, you get hot, who knows what can happen.
And the big thing, we need road wins against some of those teams.
Yeah, we're on the road a lot.
Exactly. Road warriors in the second half of the season. But the thing is, last year, that's where the Mocs excelled. Remember, they struggled a little bit at home last year, but when they were on the road, especially in that latter part of the season, they picked up that steam. And even though they were the A seed, they won on the road again.
Sure did.
Beating number 1 Nova last year in the SSC tournament.
Well, let's take a look at some of the top players for both of these teams. We'll start with our Mocs, and I guess after that 88-54 win against Florida Tech last Saturday, Ariana Becerra had herself a good one, but Carl, she probably never played better in a game than she did over at the University of Tampa when she had a career-high 27 in that 6-point loss.
Yeah, and you can see it on the screen right there, Jim. 11 for 17 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3, played every single moment of that game. That was one of 3 games this year where she's had 15 or more field goal attempts. In those games, she's averaging 25 points on over 6% shooting, over 55% from 3. But there's a big asterisk on that. The Mocs haven't won a single one of those games. The Mocs have done a really good job of winning the games when everyone's involved, but when someone has to go superhero mode, sometimes it doesn't end up too well for them.
Yeah, that's true, and I think we could look at that on the men's side too. I believe, because Jaden Booth had 40 against Nova, and they didn't quite get it done at the end. So, yeah, that definitely happens. Well, let's take a look at Tampa, and we picked out Zoe Pillar. She's having an outstanding season this year for the Spartans, and she'll be one of those players inside that the Mocs are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and she is a tough player inside, a very physical and strong player. Loves to attack the offensive glass and just find ways to score in the paint. Hasn't made a single three-pointer all year because she lives in the paint. You can see the Mocs, they found a way to try to disrupt her in the paint. Only 3 field goal attempts in the last game. 1 of 3 games with less than 10 points. Her second lowest scoring game of the year. But you can also see she's an award winner, Jim.
Yeah.
2-time second-team All-South region. 4-time SSC Player of the Week in her career. And then the GSC Freshman of the Year when she was up in the Gulf South Conference.
Yeah, I mean, she's really a good one. Another one that Tampa has a good one is Aubrey Ramsey. And the reason I bring her up is that she's going to be making her 129th career appearance today. And that is more, believe this or not, to put this in context, that is more than any Moc women's player has ever played in the 57 years that this program has existed. She's got 9 more games to go, plus tournament. She's going to hit 140 in games.
Yeah, and that's a crazy amount of mileage on those legs. I know she's icing up after every game, but that's something that this Tampa side has. They have a lot of experience in their starting lineup, and that's why they've had success this year and in years in the past. They've really done a great job of building a program and maintaining that program.
And the Mocs at Florida Tech debuted the only player that hasn't played this year, and I assume we'll see more of her today. That's Monica Ballester. Tell us a little bit about her.
Yeah, shout out Monica. She has been in and out of practices so far to start this year, but she is a shooter that has to be respected. She didn't have the best shooting night against Florida Tech, getting a little bit of the first game jitters out as a Moc. But in practice, you can see whenever she's putting the shot up, you have to expect it's going to be a swish at the end, whether it's from inside the paint or definitely from behind the arc.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a chance to really help this team and increase that rotation a little bit more for Coach Zekas.
Yeah, and she can play that point forward position. Is a taller player for the Moc side, but does a great job with the ball on the floor. Has the ball handling ability that most forwards don't have.
Well, it looks like we're about ready to go. Both teams are either around their bench or on the foul line like the Mocs always are. Clay Rowe is our PA announcer for now, but we see that our normal PA announcer, Weston Riddle, looks like he may be doing the national anthem here coming up.
And I think he will. I know he's talked about doing that a few times, so let's send it down to him.
At this time, we ask that you please rise, if able, as we honor America with the national anthem performed by Weston Riddle. A big thank you to Weston.
And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting University of Tampa Spartans. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 3, Olivia Davis. At guard, a 5'7" graduate student, number 5, Audrey Ramsey. At forward, a 6'1" graduate student, number 23, Marissa McDonald. At guard, a 6'1" graduate student, number 24, Sariana Rodriguez. And at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 44, Zoe Hiller. The Spartans are coached by Caitlin Mitrick, Tommy Jones, Elena De Alfredo, and in his 23rd season, head coach Tom Jesse. Moccasins. At guard, a 5'1" senior from Huntingtontown, Maryland, number 1, Ariana Brasso. At guard, a 5'11" junior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, number 3, Lily Rengard. At forward, a 6'1" senior from Budapest, Hungary, number 12, Anna Danish. At center, a 6'3" graduate student from Munich, Germany, number 25, Sarah Ling. And at guard, a 5'8" junior from Ponte Vedra, Florida, number 44, Sydney Gomes. Assistant coaches for the Mocs are Venetia Andrews and Luke St. Lifer, and the head coach in her 3rd season is Megan Zekis. Give it up one more time for your Florida Southern Moccasins.
Megan Zeke is 39-33 in her 3rd year in the Sunshine State Conference. Her counterpart, Tom Jesse, 483-188 in 23 years as the head coach at UT. Previously coached at Bluefield State, has over 650 career wins, 8 regional tournaments, 15 NCAA tournaments, and Carl, he has been a standard bearer in this league.
Yeah, and that's just an insane amount of games to even think about being a part of, let alone coaching and prepping for, and that shows his experience in being able to get this Tampa team ready for this one.
Tip-off, Chastity Taylor, our referee, Ray Lewis, Michael Smith working with him. Mocs have it, and we are underway. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some Florida Southern College women's basketball here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. A little step back by Sydney Gomes, and Carl, that's the way you want to start.
Yeah, Gomes doing a great job of finding that space and attacking it. The Mocs right now attacking with their press.
Trying to get through. Tampa will beat it, getting it down to McDonald, and she's going to pull it out. They'll work it back outside to Aubrey Ramsey, the young lady we talked about earlier. Grad student out of Boca Raton in her 5th and final year here at UT. Goes to the side for Olivia Davis, and now Ramsey again. And looking around. Good defense by the Mocs, but the bucket inside is going to be scored by Soraya Rodriguez. She's a 10.7 points per game scorer.
Really good job there by Tampa, laying out of the paint there towards the top of the key and making that space open for the bucket there.
This is Gomes, and now Bracero. Through traffic, dumped it down to Lang, but the pass deflected out of bounds there by McDonald. So Florida Southern will keep it with 12 on the shot clock.
Mocs have some time here to try to set up the offense if they want. I'd look for a quick bucket, though. Need to continue to get those shots off to get in rhythm.
Rangard to inbound, all the way out for Bracero, and the Mocs will indeed use some of that 12 seconds. Not many, though. There's the three by Bracero. Is going to be off. Rebound for Olivia Davis. Tampa back the other way with it. Spartans in their black uniform. Steal by Gomes. Off the pass by Davis.
And she's top 5 in one of many categories. Steals one of them for the SSC.
Rangard missed the three. Lang missed the putback. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. Going to stay with the Mocs.
McDonald tipping that one out, not wanting to give the Mocs an opportunity 2v1 under the basket there. Smart play by her. Mocs have 20 to get a bucket.
Yeah, Gomes top 10 in 8 different categories in the league. And that's one of them, but she missed that one wide out of bounds. She is the third leading scorer, averaging 16.7 points per game. So the inbounds pass will be by Tampa. Ramsey will take it. And you can see the Mocs with a little full court press here. And let's see if they go for the steal. Looks like they are. Davis gets the ball front court now for Pillar. And Pillar tied up by Danish, but no call. And Tampa keeps the basketball.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's something the Mocs try to force, make Pillar try to play with the ball on the floor at the half-court line.
Ramsey, Mocs in his zone, wide open in the middle. The jumper doesn't go. Missed there by McDonald. Rebound Rangard. Mocs on the move now with Gomes. Back out for Rangard. Looked like she wanted the three, now wants to go in. Here's Danish. Near the foul line, trying to penetrate. Goes up, way wide on the shot. And Tampa gets it back. This is Ramsey, and she'll slow it down. Mocs again playing a 2-3. And Tampa, of course, would like to find the openings if they can. McDonald back for Ramsey. And now Rodriguez. Foul line and kicked out. Rodriguez almost lost it. Ball deflected loose, but it comes to Pillar. Back out for Davis for three. No. Rebound on a Danish. Mocs will bring it back the other way.
Really good box out there by Anand. Great job by the Mocs 2-3, staying strong on the wing and forcing tough shots.
Here's Rangard. And Gomes. Tampa in the man. Bracero. Deep three outside. Short. And the rebound for Rodriguez. Tampa back the other way. Neither team has scored the last few times down.
Yeah, Jim, Tampa hasn't scored in over 2. The Mocs in almost 3 minutes now. Florida Southern over their last 6. They can keep playing good defense, though. They'll be okay.
Ramsey, little jumper near the foul line. Not going to get the roll. Rebound Rangard, her second. And she'll bring it up for the Mocs with Bracero. Bracero trying to go through traffic. No call. Looked like a foul. Tampa will get a rebound by McDonald. Spartans back the other way. Boy, nobody can score right now. That basket lid is closed.
And we talked about the high pace of play in the last game. A lot of scoring in that one here. The pace of play is still up for the Mocs, just not having those shots fall. Need to find better looks.
Rodriguez down low inside for Pillar. She kicks it out and threw it away as Ramsey winds up almost in Weston Riddle's lap down there, our PA announcer. By the way, he did a great job.
He did a really good job, and someone who's done a lot of great things recently, Lily Pereira, and Catalina Ion, both 4/5s that do a great job of spacing the floor. The Mocs getting a lot bigger right now.
So Lang and Bracero go out now for Florida Southern. First subs of the game, either team. We mentioned Tampa doesn't sub all that much. This is Danish and Gomes. Deep three by Gomes outside, won't go. Rebound taken down by Pillar.
Pillar, a really strong rebounder, one of the top rebounders in the conference, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, Pillar averaging 7.8 boards per game to go along with 16.6 points. She's a scorer as well. Here's McDonald. Cut off by Gomes almost all the way to Ramsey. Long cross quarter. Davis for the open three will go. Olivia Davis nails the three. Tampa goes up by that three-point shot.
And that's the first point in 3 minutes for either side.
Gomes out. Danish foul line jumper. Got it. On a Danish's first basket, she averages 6-1 a game, and now the Mocs down by 1 point. Davis to Ramsey, and wide open for McDonald. Now a 2-on-1 for Tampa. McDonald down on Ion, missed the shot. Rebound by Danish.
Great defense there by Kat, and Anna showing some aggression, getting that rebound. Love seeing that from her. When Anna is aggressive, she is at her best.
Ion for three, no good. Tampa battling for the rebound, almost lost it, and Ramsey will bring it up. Mox down a point. Early going, neither team shooting very well. Defense has stepped up. This is Davis. Ramsey inside, wide open. McDonald will score from about 12 feet away. Tampa by 3. Mox will bring it back up.
And that's something the Mox will let up every single possession. If they want to take that mid-range jumper from the elbow or free throw line, one of the least efficient shots in basketball, the Mox playing an analytics game.
Pereira for 3. Lily Pereira off the bench. Averages 3.8, hits her 3, and the Mox have tied it up.
And that's where Lily Pereira excels. She's a great off-ball mover, finding open space for herself to score.
Pereira is 11 of 17 from 3 this year. Big-time numbers. Rodriguez all the way down for Pillar. Shot blocked by Ion. Danish the rebound. Here comes Gomes the other way. Mox can take the lead as we hit the 4-minute mark to go. Somehow the Mox keep it. Good effort by Gomes to do so. So here is Danish now against Pillar. Trying to go in against Pillar. Boy, we have not had a call yet either way.
The refs are letting them play, and if it gets called both ways, that's all that matters. The Mox are going to have to adjust this physicality down low, hold on to the ball, and try to go straight up.
Wide open jumper by McDonald at the elbow. Doesn't go. Randbard with another rebound for the Mox.
Catalina Ion doing a great job of boxing out and playing strong defense so far today.
Here is Danish. Long jumper. Got it. Anna Danish with 2 now. 4 points overall, and the Mox go up by a pair.
3x3 showing itself right now, Jim. She's spacing the floor more than we've seen in the past.
McDonald gets it into front court, and here's Ramsey. Kath Van Bennekoom getting ready to come in here now for Tampa. There's a wide open jumper by McDonald again. Carl, they've got to do something about that.
And remember that Maryville game when the Mox won 90-85. This is very similar to what we saw then. We saw their 4 rack up a career high in points, and right now the Mox are doing the same thing. They're taking Pillar out of the game if they can. Here's
Pereira, and now we got an offensive foul called on Sydney Gomes. First foul in the game for either team, and that is going to get us to a much delayed first media timeout. We see Voss and White coming in for Florida Southern. We'll get those and more if there are subs when we come back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor and tonight's game sponsor, Walk-On Sports Bistro. Walk-On's is a place where over-the-top enthusiasm and culture is the daily norm for authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh, including seafood, traditional Cajun cuisine, and burgers built for 2 hands. Walk-On's is your place. It is located on US 98 North in front of the Lakeland Square Mall, and it is the home of the Mox Coaches Show, hosted by my broadcast partner, Carl Van Giller. Carl, it's a week from tomorrow, correct?
Correct. And it's always super fun doing that walk-on show with the coaches and the player. Last one I got to talk to Catalina Ion about her experience as a whole with starting in Romania as a basketball player and finding her way to the U.S. in high school at the IMG Academy and then now here as a Mock.
So let's check it out. Tampa is bringing Kath Van Bennekoom in. We mentioned that. It looks like the rest of their starter. Well, let's know that, yeah, Olivia Davis returns. McDonald returns. So once we mentioned White in, along with Gianna Voss on that Mox 2-3. So here is Ramsey, front court, game all even as we approach 2.5 to go first quarter. This is Rodriguez. There, that was Van Bennekoom's first touch. Davis lost it momentarily and got it back. Rodriguez cut off on the baseline by White. Shot clock down to 10. And going lower. Here is Van Bennekoom. She's going all the way down. Layup is up, no good. Rebound by Pereira. And Gomes brings it back the other way. Van Bennekoom had 18 off the bench in that Tampa win over the Mocs back in December. This is Gomes all the way down, cut off, now back out. Pereira, another three, got it again. Lily Pereira's on fire, 2 threes, 12 of 18 from 3 for the year, and the Moc lead is 3.
Great job there by Gomes, using the gravity of her 16.7 points per game and finding the dish out to Pereira for the 3.
Mocs putting some pressure on him. Ramsey threw it away, stolen by Voss. Here is Gomes. Wide open, Voss for 3. Off the glass and in. Did she call bank? I don't know, but it counts anyway. Mocs lead it by 6.
And we've seen a lot more PT for Gianna Voss. She's really excelled in practice with her shot, and that's allowed her to get more chances in game, and she has shined in those moments.
Here is Ramsey. Mocs up 6 against the number 23 team in the country. Here's Van Bennekom. Ramsey has not taken a shot. She's going to take one there, and she's going to get called for a travel.
And that's how this game has been called. We saw some physicality from the Mocs, but on the Tampa side, we've seen them have that same physicality. Good no call there by the referees, going both ways, but a few too many steps.
Coming up on a minute to go in the quarter. Low scoring quarter, but the Mocs will take it. They're up 6. Here's White, and now Ion. Ion brings it back out, finds Voss. And now Gomes. Gomes, shot clock to 8. Gomes had it knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say Tampa ball. They said it went out off of Gomes. And so now Tampa will get a 30-second timeout. Head coach Tom Jesse, Carl, he cannot be real pleased with what he's seen from his team so far.
No, right now Tampa, they're being handled pretty well by this Mocs defense, and something for the viewers at home to really pay attention to. It's something that I've really loved in the last few games for this Mocs defense. Their 2-3 zone earlier, we saw the regular 2-3 at the start of the season. Right now, you can see the wings showing that extra help on the strong side. And even on the weak side, when the player in the corner creeps up to the wing, they are doing a great job of eliminating those opportunities on the perimeter. And like Coach V was talking about pregame, they are putting in a lot of work for those players in the middle, forcing them to go one-on-one with Pillar. And so far, the Mocs playing pretty well.
Yeah, they are. And I think that press has given Tampa a little bit of trouble here. If nothing else, it's run time off that shot clock, make shots a little more difficult to hit.
And another thing to add to that, I've done a few games of Florida Southern women's volleyball, and a big thing for volleyball is staying in system. The press really takes teams out of their system, forcing them to scramble a little bit, and that can lead to some errors offensively.
Rodriguez cut off along the baseline. Now goes around Voss, goes up and scores. Nice move by Rodriguez, who's got 4. Mock lead is 4, and they'll get the final shot of the period here. And Gomes will bring it up.
And that was the first bucket in just under 2.5 minutes. Great job there by Tampa, attacking baseline, not passing it around too much.
Here is Ion. Deep 3 by Ion. She hit it. Holy cow. Catalina Ion has given the Mocs a 7-point first quarter advantage with that 3 from NBA range.
And what a shot there from Ion, looking like Sabrina Ionescu there, hitting it from deep. Great job by Kat, getting ready and winding it up.
Well, don't go away. Second quarter coming up here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans would like to thank the Holiday Inn South, the official hotel of FSC Athletics. It's conveniently located on South Florida Avenue, so for your next business trip, vacation, or overnight connection, Holiday Inn offers everything you need. Stay smart with Holiday Inn with a free breakfast, Wi-Fi, fresh contemporary rooms, functional workspaces. Holiday Inn is the way to stay. Carl, 4 3-pointers for the Mocs in the first quarter, none better than Catalina Ion.
And the bench unit's been contributing 12 points off the bench, and a heave there from Ion going in. A great job by this Mocs bench unit, playing good defense, but even better offense.
This is Ramsey now, and the Jumper will be short that time by Van Bennekom. Again, that little opening around the elbow. She had a look, just couldn't get it to go.
And that's why you let them shoot it. Not the best shot to take. It's wide open, so everyone wants to take it. Sometimes you need to look for some better opportunities.
This is Voss trying to go in. Goes up, missed it. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Going to go to Tampa. Went out off of Ion. Tampa will get Zoe Pillar back into the game. Zoe Pillar, and coming out will be Van Bennekom. So, again, only one sub so far for the Spartans here in this game.
And Pillar back in the game now. That means Ion's going to stay locked onto her. Sometimes when Pillar wasn't in the game, we saw her shade off and show help defense. Now she is on the Pillar assignment only.
Dumped it into the paint. McDonald has to kick it out. Couldn't get the shot off. Good job by the Mocs. Ramsey cut off again. Dumped it low for Pillar. The jump hook will go through. Zoe Pillar's first basket of the game, and the Mock lead is 5.
And, Jim, that's why she's 31st in NCAA D2 in total points so far this year with 331. Can get a bucket even if you have a hand in her face.
So here is Ion now. And back out for Voss. And Reagan White for Gomes. Around the Ion screen, but going the other way. Trying to go up, does score. That's a good move by Sydney Gomes. She's got 4. Mocs lead it by 7.
Great job using her body there to create that space to touch it off the backboard.
McDonald, front court. And here's Ramsey. Dumped it down. McDonald, foul line jumper, no good. Tip up. Pillar couldn't get it. And there's going to be a foul called. I think they're going to get Reagan White for a foul.
Catalina Ion with the contest there. I'd like to see a different mock dude because right now they need a big to box out Pillar. That's why Kat's in the game. She's on that box out duty. You can guard, but you also need to prevent those offensive rebound opportunities.
Sarah Lang back in and joined by Breasia Washington. Gomes gets her first break and White comes out. Inside pass McDonald, up and in, and there's a foul on Lily Pereira.
Mocs found themselves a little bit out of position there. Pereira trying to jump in and save it, but reaches before putting the arms up, and that's an easy and one there for McDonald.
McDonald now is 6 points in the game. She is her team's leading scorer. Mocs lead remains 5. And McDonald to the line. And the lead is 4. Marissa McDonald averages 8.8 points per game. She has 7 so far here today. Here's Breasia Washington, her first touch for the Mocs since coming off the bench. Kicks it out, Ion, another 3. Another bucket. Catalina Ion's got 2 threes, and the Mocs go up by 7. And Carl, it looks like to me the Mocs are giving Tampa a little bit of its own medicine. Remember those 16 threes they made in the last game.
Ion doing a great job of staying confident in this game. You saw that quick release from her. Earlier in the year, sometimes would hesitate when getting that catch. Now fully confident and letting it fly.
Inside to Davis, and now Ramsey, baseline move. The little runner is no good, but Ramsey's going to shoot some free throws, and Pereira's going to get another foul.
Pereira trying to stay vertical there, but getting in the way with that left hand. Easy foul call there for the referees. Just need to be in better position. When you're trailing, you have to find your way around or just not contest that shot.
Ramsey for the year is 80.2%, 69 of 86. Voss and Pereira are out. We see Gomes back in. And let's see who else just came in. Rangard. Rangard checks back in.
Mocs keeping that size on the court with Lang and Ion in. Rangard is probably going to be playing the 3 here for the Mocs. I'd expect Washington to bring it up, though, and have Sid work a little bit off ball.
No, they were confused on who got the foul, but it was indeed Lily Pereira, who now has 2. Probably will not see her again here in the first half. Ramsey to the line. She has 1,114 career points now for UT.
You can see Tampa, they're not worried about this offensive rebound here. They trust their shooter, but also want to make sure the Mocs can't run on them just in case they try to get a quick inbound.
Mocs lead is 5, and Breasia Washington brings it up. Washington, double high post, screen for her, trying to be cut off, goes up, and I think she's going to shoot free throws for the Mocs, who, believe it or not, have not shot one today.
And Breasia Washington does a great job of attacking the paint despite being a smaller guard in terms of height for the Mocs. She does a great job going downhill, using that strength that she possesses to get right into the chest of defenders and draw those fouls.
Pillar got the foul. And Washington 0 for 1. 20 of 33 now, 61% for Breasia Washington. As a team, the Mocs are at 74. And 0 for 2. Rebound Rodriguez. Tampa, by the way, at 76.6 from the free throw line. Foul line, McDonald, jumper, no good. Off the iron, rebound Washington. Breasia in front court. Mock lead is 5, and here is Gomes, Washington again. Lang trying to get loose inside against Pillar. That's not easy to do. Washington back for Gomes, wide open 3. Nailed it. Sydney Gomes has got 7. And the Mocs go back up now by a game-high 8.
The Mocs now shooting 50% from 3, 6 for 12. Tampa, they shot 44%, and they're a win over the Mocs. So Florida Southern, like you mentioned earlier, they're getting the hot streak.
This is Davis, and now back for McDonald. And here is Ramsey. Foul line. Davis all the way in, dumped it down for Pillar, and Rangard's going to foul her.
Great job there by Tampa, using their guards down low to create that little bit of a slip up towards the free throw line to get the ball and then drive, forcing the bigs to get off of Pillar.
Van Bedecombe back in, and McDonald sitting. That's 4 fouls here on the Mocs in the quarter. We mentioned Tampa's free throw shooting percentage. They're going to be busy here at the line. Pillar now makes it 1 for 1. She has 3 points. She's a 73.6% free throw shooter. This will be her 93rd of the year, and she missed that one.
And I'll give that jinx to you, Jim.
I'll take it. Here's Gomes. 6.5 to go, first half. Mocs have led a lot of the way. Gomes for 3. Nope, off the back iron. Rebound taken down inside there by Van Bedecombe.
The Mocs did a really great job of working within their system earlier in the second quarter and the end of the first. Right now, they just need to get back in that rhythm. We're 3 for 3 before that last shot I felt was a little bit rushed.
Rodriguez almost lost it, did get tied up. Mocs are going to get it on the possession arrow.
Great job there by Breasia Washington, first grabbing the ball, and then Catalina Ion having the awareness to grab it after to make sure the Mocs got that possession.
Coming up on 6 to go, Mocs with a 7-point lead. This is Washington now. And Rangard. Lily looking for a spot, can't find it. Now here's Washington. Deep jumper outside is good. That'll be a 2 for Breasia Washington. Her first basket of the game. Mocs now by 9.
And that's about as long of a 2 as you can take, Jim.
Yep, that was, her foot was on the line, no question about it. But you're right. So here is Ramsey. Davis for the deep 3. No good. Rebound, Ion. And Gomes will bring it up. Mocs can take a double-digit lead here.
And watch Ion in those transition opportunities. She's a great trailer, especially around the perimeter to get those shots up from 3.
Washington got tied up and lost it. Stolen by Van Bedecombe.
Tampa looking for their first field goal made in over 3 minutes.
Quick move right around Ion. Shot is up, and a foul going to be called, I believe, on Lang. And that's 5 now on the Mocs here in the quarter.
And the coach is trying to remind Sarah, stay vertical. But a great job there by Tampa and Olivia Davis just going right into the chest of Sarah, not giving her too many options.
Danish will come back in for Ion here now for the Mocs. And Olivia Davis to the free throw line.
Ion's played a lot of good minutes so far today, but we saw a lot of good minutes from Anna to start the game. Did a good job of rebounding and boxing out. Looking forward to seeing how she can continue to try to defend this Tampa side.
Second consecutive miss by the Spartans at the line. Davis is 78.6% free throw shooter. And 1 for 2. She's got 4 points.
Even though Sid has been playing the 1 too much in the second quarter of play, she's been racking up the assists, Jim. She has 5 assists already today to pair with her 7 points.
Rangard, let's see. There's going to be a travel called on Lily Rangard.
And the Mocs just playing a little bit too quick right now. They're getting too uncomfortable offensively when they don't have to. Just need to settle down a little bit after this timeout and get things rolling.
Well, Gomes, as you mentioned, with 5 assists, she averages 5.4. That's second best in the Sunshine State Conference. Don't go away. Plenty more to come here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Little Caesars, known for its hot and ready pizza and famed crazy bread. Little Caesars has been named Best Value in America for the past 12 years. Little Caesars products are made with quality ingredients. It's located in the Edgewood Shopping Plaza. Well, Carl, the Mocs are shooting an even 50% from the floor, and the threes are still coming.
And they've done a great job of finding those threes, whether that's by creating for themselves or creating as a team. You can see great team offense here. Brazier dishing it right back off to Sid to put the three up and in the Mocs. If they want to get back rolling offensively, they need the threes to fall.
And they're starting to continue to put pressure on, but once again, Tampa beats it. Zoe Pillar gets it, and now they're going to set it up with Ramsey. Bracero next dead ball for Florida Southern. Van Betacombe. And now wide for Rodriguez. Van Betacombe. Ramsey. Deep three, Van Betacombe. Won't go. Rebound on to Danish.
Great possession there by on the defensive end. She covered that whole half of the court for the Mocs. Sid contesting there as well, but a great job overall by Danish.
So here's Washington now. Mocs by 8. Here's Gomes. Boy, I thought she had an open look, but went inside. Laying up way too hard. Rebound, Danish kicks it out to Washington. Fresh 20 for the Mocs. Here's Rangard. Thought she wanted it too. She's going to take it in. Little short jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound for Van Betacombe to Davis, and now Ramsey brings it up for the Spartans.
Again, really good job there by the Mocs, staying aggressive. I don't hate that shot from Lily Rangard.
This is Van Betacombe around Lang. Lang blocked the shot. It comes back out. Gomes has it. And Sydney going to bring it in front court. Danish sees an opening, goes up, did not get a roll. Washington got a rebound. Boy, the Mocs are doing a great job there. Rengard for three. And that's not going to count. It went off the top of the glass.
And the Mocs showing a great amount of physicality in that last possession, and that's what you want to see when you're playing your cross I-4 rival here in Tampa. You need to play physical in the SSC, especially against a strong team like Tampa.
Bracero and Ion back in for Florida Southern. We see McDonald now back in here for UT. And so Pillar will sit again. Kicked by Rangard, and they'll do it again.
Great job there by Rangard and Bracero pressuring the ball there and forcing the poor pass.
And a whistle. I think they got to do the shot clock here. Well, I don't know. Oh, they said 28. Okay. Fair enough.
Tampa looking for a field goal right now. They haven't made one in over 5 minutes, Jim, but the Mocs offense also struggling. They haven't scored in 2.5.
And that's a bad pass. That's going to be a turnover, and the Mocs will get it back.
And the press isn't always about getting those steals, but forcing errors, and that's exactly what we saw there, Jim.
So here's Bracero now. Back in, and now Gomes. And Danish. Rengard, deep three. No, back iron, rebound. Tampa knocked it out. Oh, they're going to say, wait a minute. Foul going to be called here. Is it on Gomes?
And I'll wait to see it come up on my stats page. I think that might be on Ion.
Yeah, somebody just got one, I think. Yeah, it is Ion. It is Ion. They put two hands up. I thought it was 44. It's probably 5 and 4, which means 9.
Quick
so Ion
math.
does get the foul. Those single-digit numbers are tricky.
Yes.
Especially when you have a 25 on the floor and you got a 7.
That's true.
That's a little tough. It is a foul that will result in 2 free throws here for the Spartans. And this is Van Betacombe to the line. She's a 5.7 points per game scorer, but we mentioned earlier, had 18 against the Mocs in that game in Tampa back in early December.
And that free throw broke a 2-minute scoring drought here for Tampa. And it looks like Lily P will be coming into this one. She might be coming in for Kat.
19 of 23 now this year for Van Betacombe. And they just threw it away.
Rangard just wasn't looking for the ball there in transition. Bracero trying to get her open on the perimeter.
Well, Pereira is coming back. Remember, she does have the 2 fouls. But a little less than 3 minutes to go in the half. So Ramsey will inbound. Mocs lead is 7. Have not been able to get it to double digits, but boy, they've been close a couple of times. That's going to be a foul by Pereira, and that's 2 more free throws here for Ramsey, and that's 3 on Pereira.
Voss will come in for her now, and Tampa, they're clawing their way back in with free throws. Like I mentioned before, it's been almost 6 minutes since their last field goal made, but they've been getting to the line, and that's what's helped them stay close and get closer. Mocs, they're also struggling offensively. They've turned it over 3 times in the last 3 minutes and scored 0 times in the last 3 minutes.
Ramsey with 2. She's now 3 for 3. Mock lead is 6. And now 5. Ramsey 4 for 4 from the line. So Bracero in front court. Mocs need a bucket. Break the ice a little bit here. Here's Gomes. The eye on screen. Sydney wants to use it, does. Corner for Bracero, knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say Mocs ball. I think Tampa thought that Bracero touched it last.
Yeah, the Tampa bench not happy for that. The Mocs got lucky there. Now they have a chance to try to capitalize.
13 on the shot clock. Here is Danish. Going to try to go around. Nice spin move, but she missed the shot. Bracero got the rebound. 6 on the shot clock. Bracero going to try to go up. She just threw up a prayer, and it's going to be not answered. They're going to call her for traveling.
And that's another turnover here for Florida Southern. Tampa's done a really good job of just shaking up the Moccasin offense and not allowing them to get into that rhythm we saw earlier.
Yeah, stuck on 28 here for a while. Van Bedecombe inside. We see Georgia Palmieri in for UT for the first time. And she's got it now. Through traffic, off the glass, didn't get the roll. Voss the rebound. Gomes brings it up for the Mocs. We hit 2 minutes to go in the first half.
And I want to see the Mocs try to get to Voss. They have 3 ball handlers on the court right now. Use those 2 bigs to help screen.
This is Bracero around the Danish screen. And now Voss trying to go through. Had it blocked by UT, and they're going to bring it back the other way. This is Davis. And now back out for Palmieri.
Florida Southern hasn't scored in 4 minutes, and they've had 4 turnovers over that stretch.
Van Bedecombe dumped it down for McDonald. Mocs converge on her. She still has it, had it blocked, got it back, and sends it out. Holy cow, and then she threw it away. Davis threw it away. Ramsey couldn't get to it, and Florida Southern somehow evades that one, and will get it back. And I think Megan Zekas wants a timeout here, a 30, I believe. Let's see.
It looks like they're sitting down.
Yeah,
Maybe
now they're standing
right back up.
Yeah, they're standing right back up. So we'll go ahead and keep it here. Well, Carl, the Mocs offense has really stagnated here, and they need to get it going.
Right now, both these teams are just waiting to get to halftime, Jim. Both the offenses have struggled. Tampa hasn't scored a field goal in 7 minutes. Now, Florida Southern hasn't scored at all in 4.5. And a big part of that is just pressure on ball when driving. Both these teams are crashing in like we saw in the last 2 possessions for each side. Right now, the Mocs, I want to see some screening to get their shooters open. Give me some screens for Bracero. Give me some screens for Voss. Give them an opportunity to create without a Spartan all over them.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Tampa has only 2 successful field goals here in the quarter. They have had a few free throws that have gotten them a little closer.
Both teams under 40% from the field. The Mocs 40% from the three-point line, shooting better than they are from the field.
Yeah, we talked about that. They were at 50% there for a while at 11 for 22. But that has gone away. Let's see if they can get one here as we approach a minute to go. Gomes kicked it out. Jumper by Danish. Air ball. On the floor, won by Davis.
And that's just been the story of the last 3 or so minutes. Both teams just can't get that shot to fall.
So this is Palmieri. Now the wide open jumper by McDonald is going to go. She's got 9. Mocs by 3. Gomes will bring it up. Looking around and now finds Voss. Carl's going to go down and get Mocs head coach Megan Zekas if the lead holds here. Here is Gomes trying to go through. Dumped it off for Bracero. Stolen away by Davis. Or by Palmieri, rather. And now Ramsey will bring it up. And Tampa can hold for the final shot. Mock lead is 3. Florida Southern led by as much as 9. Palmieri gives it up for Ramsey. The screen by McDonald. Palmieri again. You can watch the clock with us, see how much time Ramsey, the runner in the lane, is going to go. And Florida Southern with a 1-point lead at the buzzer. And Bracero just missed. So a bad finish to the half for Florida Southern. They had a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. It is down to 1, and Florida Southern with only, 10 second quarter points to 16 for the University of Tampa. Well, we have Carl down there. We should be able to get Mocs head coach Megan Zekas to find out what went wrong here in these final few minutes of the first half. Florida Southern had things going their way, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and it has been a tough last couple of minutes here for Florida Southern. Well, we see that Megan is down there now with our Carl Van Gelder, so let's go ahead, send it down to Carl Van Gelder with Mocs head coach Megan Zekas.
We saw some turnover struggles in the last 5 or so minutes, with 5 of those over that period. How are you guys hoping to limit that in the second half?
I mean, I just think we're hurting ourselves a little bit, not taking care of the ball, not executing our plays. We're a little sloppy on the offensive end.
And on the defensive end, you guys have done a really good job of executing. Before that last bucket, 7 straight minutes without a field goal for Tampa.
Yeah, I think Tampa took advantage of us being in foul trouble. But, I think our defense is doing what it's supposed to do. We just got to take care of the other side. We got to convert on these stops.
Got you. Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Jim.
All right, very good, Carl. Thank you very much. Well, fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Jimmy John's. At Jimmy John's, they don't make sandwiches. They make the sandwich of sandwiches. The flavors of fresh veggies combined with hand-sliced meats and fresh baked bread is what makes a Jimmy John's sandwich the sandwich of sandwiches. You can check out the local Jimmy John's in downtown on South Florida Avenue and in Bartow. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some first half stats here in today's game, and they will reflect not great shooting by either side. And you can see right there the Mocs with no free throws. They may have missed 2. Breasia Washington missed 2. But, Carl, right now, the Mocs are holding their own rebounding-wise against this team, which we thought might be a problem, but they're just turning the ball over too much.
Yeah, 6 turnovers in the last 6 minutes for the Mocs, and they haven't scored during that whole period because of this Tampa defense. The Mocs, like you mentioned, they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Tampa, 8 for 11. Tampa's done a really good job of finding ways to get things to work when their offense hasn't been succeeding as much as they'd like. The Mocs need to find some sort of rhythm. Remember, they had an 8-point lead in Tampa. They just found ways to slow down the Moc offense and then get to the free throw line. 8-0 run the last 5 minutes of that one for Tampa.
Well, the one thing that we thought might happen is happening. We said Tampa did not use its bench very much. There's been only 1 player to play, or 2 players to play off the bench, Van Bennekom and Palmieri. As a result, the Mocs are outscoring Tampa in bench points 17-1.
And that's just a testament to this bench unit for the Mocs. Remember, 83rd in the nation in bench points. And Tampa, remember that huge number where they rank because of how much they utilize that starting lineup. The Mocs need to continue to look for that bench to contribute for them. But to do that, you need to find consistent offense. And a big way that I think the Mocs can do that is use that off-ball screening. We saw it early to create openings for their off-ball shooters and scorers, and it worked. They just shied away from it a little bit late, and that's something I'd like for them to return to.
Well, believe it or not, and I guess it's not too hard to believe with the score 28-27, there are no double-figure scorers here in the game. Marissa McDonald leads Tampa with 9 points. Ramsey has 6. Pillar has 5, and Davis has 4. For Florida Southern, the leading scorer is Sydney Gomes with 7. Catalina Ion and Lily Pereira both have a couple of threes for 6 points. Anna Danish has 4. Gianna Voss 3, and Breasia Washington 2. For a total of 28 points in the game. Shooting has not been very good. The Mocs with 9 turnovers. Fortunately, though, Carl, Tampa only has 7 points off those 9 turnovers. That's not a lot.
And a lot of those turnovers for Florida Southern, it's been just throwing the ball out of bounds, and that doesn't allow for too many points off turnovers when the Mocs have been playing so well in the half court defensively. The Mocs just need to settle down a little bit. You saw they got a little bit antsy, and then they tried to relax, and they relaxed a little bit too much. Became too comfortable in those situations, allowing for those turnovers. Gomes right now has 3, and Bracero has 2. The Mocs just need to find ways to settle, because when they can limit those turnovers, these players are playing really well.
Well, don't go away. We're going to step aside for maybe 5-6 minutes. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half. We also want to get into some of the numbers that some of the players on these teams have accumulated so far this season. Florida Southern with a 1-point halftime lead here against the University of Tampa Spartans, trying to snap a 7-game losing streak against Tampa, and we'll see whether they can do that in the final 20 minutes. Don't go away. We're back in around 5-6 minutes here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. There's our halftime score. Both teams are out on the floor. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. And, Carl, as we look at some of the numbers compiled by Florida Southern players this year, Sydney Gomes right now in the top 10 in 8 different categories in the league. She's got a real chance, I think, to be the league's player of the year. But, in the big three, what I call the big three, tied for third in scoring, second in assists, and sixth in rebounding, 7.1 per game. Those are really incredible numbers.
And defensively, for defensive rebounding, I believe last time I checked, she was top 3 in that category. I think, if I remember correctly, she was number 2 with around 5.5 a game. Does a great job on the defensive end, getting those rebounds, especially those long rebounds, and preventing those second chance point opportunities. Sid is going to be someone the Mocs look to in the second half to continue to try to initiate the offense.
And, we talked about Zoe Pillar to start the game here. In 3 games against the Mocs, she's had 44 points and 21 rebounds, but they have stopped her so far today.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of just isolating her, but in a way a defense would want, where she doesn't have that help from her teammates because she is one-on-one with the defender at all times, and they are staying right on her. A little bit different than face guarding, but still very similar, staying zip-tied right to her. No air for her to breathe that the Mocs aren't breathing in as well.
Yeah, and we really haven't talked a lot about Anna Danish. She's actually in the top 10 in the league in rebounding with 6.6 boards per game, and Florida Southern needs every bit of those boards in this final 20 minutes.
Yeah, she's done a great job rebounding so far as well. 5 rebounds so far for Anna Danish, and I've been very impressed with her on the defensive end. She's done a really good job of navigating the zone, especially on the wing, and finding ways to navigate around that perimeter to force those missed shots and then boxing out to rebound.
Yeah, and the one thing you talked about earlier, too, I think I've really noticed today is that she has been really aggressive out there on the floor.
And that's what I love. Anna, she is one of the sweetest people you will ever talk to. I have the pleasure of seeing her all the time in the athletic training room, and every time I see her, I'm like, Anna, I want to see angry Anna on game day. And whenever I see it, it brings a smile to my face because she is a dog when she is on the floor.
Well, both teams are coming back out. It's a 1-point mock lead. Florida Southern led by as much as 9 in the first half. But let's see how this second half unfolds. Tampa will get the ball and a chance, Carl, to take the lead.
And that would be just one of the few times they've had the lead in this one. The Mocs have dominated the game so far in terms of having the lead. But you mentioned that 9-point lead. From that point on, after that Breasia Washington jumper, the Mocs have not scored for the last 6 minutes.
So here is Davis. There is the 2-3 zone again, and you can see they pop out on the wings. There's that open spot. There's the McDonald bucket. And that's 11 for her to lead the game. And, Carl, that is an Achilles heel spot.
And right now the Mocs continuing to let up those shots here. The Mocs need to find a way to answer offensively, though. You can't leave open shots if you're not going to make your own.
Bracero tried to dip it off, and it's stolen by Pillar. And back the other way now comes Tampa with a 1-point lead. They had only led for 1 minute, 10 seconds in the first half.
And their biggest lead was 3 points, and that was early, and now they're back to it.
Yeah, and there's McDonald again, and there's that wide open spot again that the Mocs are simply not covering up with the zone.
Right now, I need to see the Mocs try to run some off-ball action because creating on their own is not working.
Here's Bracero. Kicked it back out for Danish. Down low for Lang, and that will be a bucket for Florida Southern. Sarah's first points of the game, and the Mocs are down 1.
And, Jim, what started that? Moving off ball with screening and forcing this Tampa defense to scramble. They need to continue to do that.
Cross court for Rodriguez and Tampa in front court. Now it comes for Aubrey Ramsey. Down low, there's the open spot. McDonald missed it this time. Rebound Danish. And Gomes will bring it back. Mocs can take the lead.
And I'll sing Anna's praises a little bit more. Strong hands there. Great job rebounding the ball. Don't need to tip it and allow for a chance for Tampa.
Ren guard for Bracero, down low for Lang. Lang wants to go against Pillar. Trying to post up, jumper is good. And the Mocs go up by 1.
And that was with her right hand, Jim. We don't see too many of those from Sarah Lang.
Here is Rodriguez, and she will get it to Pillar, cross court. And somehow McDonald got it. And here is Ramsey, Mocs by 1. They'll work it, Davis and Ramsey again. There's McDonald. This time Danish popped out there. Rodriguez, now she goes up for the shot. She'll score. And there wasn't a whole lot that Ariana Bracero could do about that.
And good job there by Ari trying to keep pressure on her, but a really good job by Sarah Lang down low on the block on Pillar. It's a really fun battle on the defensive end to watch if you're a Mocs fan.
Jumper that time by Danish is off, but the rebound by Pillar. Pillar's had a couple of boards here already in the third quarter. Here is Ramsey all the way down, and now she'll back it out. Ion will come back in for the Mocs next dead ball. There's McDonald foul line. They kick it out for three for Davis. She missed it. Rebound going to be won by Gomes.
Another defensive rebound there for Sid.
Mocs down one for Lang. Not sure where that was going. It's going to be won by Tampa. Ramsey all the way down, finds Davis. Good pass to Rodriguez. That was team basketball for the Spartans, who go up three.
And offensively for the Mocs, with that turnover, another instance of them just forcing the ball somewhere where it doesn't need to be. Need to play more control.
Here is Danish and now Lang. And back for Gomes. Danish offers the screen, didn't take it. Gomes threw it away. Won by McDonald. And here is Ramsey. Mocs down three. There is McDonald, wide open, foul line, drains it.
Now's the time for Florida Southern to respond here. We saw Kat get to the scorer's table, and they need her offense sooner than later.
15 for McDonald. Double her season average.
Right now, Bracero and Raingard without a point so far.
Here is Danish trying to go through, knocked away. Tampa ball. No, wait a minute. We see Ion coming back, Breasia Washington coming back, Danish coming out, and Lang coming out. So the Mocs get a little smaller here. And it's going to be Tampa basketball.
And it looks like Sarah was actually supposed to stay in.
So Lang is still in.
Ari came out. Yeah, so getting a little bit bigger here. Interested to see how the defense looks. I'm assuming Kat will be on the wing, but how much will she creep up?
Tampa with its biggest lead of 5 points. And Ramsey will get it in front court. Trying to go wide for Rodriguez and does. There's McDonald inside. This time kicked out for Ramsey. Pillar on Lang. Kicks it out. Ramsey lost it. Pillar up and in. Pillar scores, and I think it's an and one.
And that was a great find there by Tampa. A great dish to not get the travel call. Pillar, strong finish down there through contact.
So a chance here for Pillar is one for two at the line to give her club an 8-point lead. Carl, this thing has gotten away from the Mocs pretty fast.
Another 8-0 run here for Tampa. The last 2 minutes, their biggest run of the game since the end of the first half. The Mocs again struggling with turnovers. 3 turnovers the last 2.5. They haven't scored in that period either.
So Pillar to the line. We mentioned she's 16.6 points per game. Has 6 right now and is starting to make her presence known inside as well. Mocs are down 8. Florida Southern's biggest lead was 9. Mocs have some work to do here. There's Gomes for the open 3. Got it. Maybe that'll get him going. Gomes with 10, and Megan Zekas wants a timeout. Now I'm sure it'll be a full, so we will step aside. Mocs are down 5 after that three-pointer. Don't go away. We're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Mid-Florida Credit Union. If you're looking for a bank in Lakeland, look to Mid-Florida Credit Union. You'll find personal and business banking products, convenient locations, and secure online access. Well, Carl, it has not been a great start for the Mocs, but maybe that 3 by Sydney Gomes gets them going.
And I mentioned it to you during the break. Right now, the Mocs just need to find someone to kind of backpack and carry this offense. Sid, she's done that all year, and we'll look to her here in this second half. If she can be the spark plug, the Mocs need to find a way to light that flame because they need to get hot.
Yeah, Gomes now over 700 career points here at Florida Southern. Went over with that three-point shot.
And I say it every time you talk about her points, but a 2,000-point scorer in high school, that's something you don't see too often. Sid has that ability to score.
Here's McDonald. Dumped it in for Pillar. Up, missed it. Rebound, Sarah Lang. Rengard gives to Breasia Washington. Mox will bring it up, down 5.
Good late recovery there by Sarah. A little bit out of position, but be able to get back with the contest. Huge for the Mox.
Lang comes out to set the screen for Washington. Washington trying to drive it. Ramsey cut her off. Spartans read it well. This is Gomes. She steps behind Lang for 3. Short. Rebound for Olivia Davis. Tampa back the other way with a 5-point advantage.
And you want Gomes to be willing to shoot those shots, but need to take it at calculated times. That one a little bit too far to justify taking that shot, no matter how open it is.
Rodriguez back now for Ramsey. Dumped it, foul line, McDonald. Almost threw it away. Davis grabbed it. Deep 3 by Olivia Davis. Won't go. Pillar gets the rebound. Fresh 20 for Tampa. 3 by Rodriguez. Won't go. She's a 42% three-point shooter. Didn't get it to fall. Mox a chance to get closer here. Down 5. Washington for Lang. Lang going to try to go in. And we got what? Oh, I think they said she stepped out. Let's see. Or did they? Nope, they got a foul.
I'll be on Pillar.
They got it on Pillar. And that'll be her second foul, rather, in the game. And that will get us to the official media timeout. Mox are down 5. This is where we were when Florida Southern called the timeout about a minute ago. We're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans, GMF Steel Group is proud to serve as a major corporate sponsor of Florida Southern Athletics. They've had the opportunity to build skylines like Harry Potter World, Toy Story Land, and Moffitt Cancer Center. And if you're interested in your next career move, head over to gmfsteel.com/careers to speak with a team member about how you can be a part of building skylines while building your careers. Reagan White back into the game along with Lily Pereira. Eye on the deep 3 will not go. And the rebound by Aubrey Ramsey for Tampa.
A good box out there by Ramsey, keeping Washington off the glass. Ion hesitated a little bit with that shot. I want to see her get back to those confident ways. Catch and shoot immediately.
Inside Pillar. McDonald, little open 10-footer's going to go. McDonald was 17-8 here in the quarter, and Tampa leads it by 7. Washington for Ion. Another 3. Got it. Catalina Ion now with 3 threes, 9 points, and the Mocs get a little closer, down 4.
Time for Kat to get back on track. You need to get those catch and shoot opportunities for her, because when she gets hot, she can catch fire. Remember her 20 points last time she was here.
This is Ramsey. Again, the Mock defense playing that zone. Dumped it to McDonald. There she is, and that time Gomes blocked it. But they're going to call a foul on Sydney Gomes. And that'll be 2 on Sid. Van Bennecomb's coming in for Pillar here. And let's see what they call. Something didn't make Tom Jesse very happy. He is really unhappy because they're not going to give him free throws. They're going to take it out. Wow. Break for the Mocs. Ramsey inbounds for McDonald, and here is Rodriguez. Rodriguez lost the ball, but picked up by Van Bennekom, and she will score. Her first basket, 3 points for her.
That's just a tough bucket there, pushing off the defender, but in a legal way, just using that strength and getting a tough shot to fall.
Gomes cut off, needs help. Finds Ion. Ion wants to post inside, goes up, shot up and in. Nice little left-hander by Kat. She's got 11. Mocs remain down 4.
And that's something I would love to see Kat develop her game. And if she's aggressive down low, she has the strength to really play bully ball. If she can do that more, it can really open up her offense and the teams.
Ramsey in front court. Washington dogging her all the way. Here's McDonald. And boy, the Mocs got to do something about her. There she is. Back out wide open. Rodriguez for 3. Got it.
And that's what killed the Mocs in the last matchup against Tampa, sagging off in that zone, trying to help inside, leaves those wide open three-pointers, and Tampa's too talented to leave them open.
7-point Moc deficit. Washington didn't get a roll. Rebound McDonald. Tampa back the other way now with Ramsey.
Tampa, 3 of their last 3. They've done a great job of finding the right shot to take.
We mentioned Rodriguez, a 42% three-point shooter. She looked good on the last one, but looked really bad on that pass. Gomes trying to go through. Layup is up and in. Got the roll. Sydney's got a dozen. Mocs are down 5.
Good job there by Sid, putting her head down and just attacking the basket. That's what you need to do sometimes when the offense is in a lull.
Here is Rodriguez and Ramsey. Wide open, McDonald jumper, foul line won't go this time. And Gomes going to run down the rebound after Pereira and White battle for it. Gomes all the way down, going up, shot no, looking for a foul, didn't get it. And Tampa will bring it back the other way.
And that's just how this game has gone for the Mocs. Not too many calls either way. Just need to play through the contact like Coach V said.
So this is Ramsey as we're approaching a minute to go in the quarter. Dumped it, McDonald, stripped away, Ion got it back and finds Davis. Ramsey stops and pops for 3. That's off. Rebound, though, taken down by Davis. Fresh 20 for the Spartans. And Ramsey gets it back out. McDonald foul line. This time she drives, kicks out for Rodriguez. Jumper, no good. Air ball, won by Pereira. Mocs back the other way, under a minute to go in the quarter. Washington dumped it down. Gomes knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Mocs.
And Jim, something for people to remember here in the last matchup, Tampa went on a 20-0 run in the third quarter, and that was initiated by Mocs and turnovers. That's very similar to what we've seen over the last few minutes of gameplay in this second half and in the end of the first. The Mocs need to get back on track so they don't have to climb their way out of the big hole.
Palmieri back in for Tampa. Here is Pereira trying to drive, and she'll shoot a couple of free throws as McDonald gets the foul.
And that's not something we've seen too much for the Mocs so far today. Great job there by Pereira, going downhill and getting into the body of McDonald and rising up through the contact. Because in a game like this, that's the only way you're going to get a foul call on those drives. You need to force the issue, go into the defender, and go up and through the arms.
Pereira 6 of 9 at the line this season. Can get her team a little closer here. And makes number 1. 7 points in the game for Lily. And 1 more. Can get the Mocs to within a possession. And does. Good job by Lily Pereira. Pillar coming back in now, and Van Bedecombe will sit here for Tampa. Mocs down 3. Half a minute to go in the period. Ramsey for Palmieri for Zoe Pillar. Pillar backs it out now for Ramsey. Tampa can hold for the final shot. Less than a second difference between shot and game. Ramsey, Mocs need a stop. Palmieri, Ramsey again. You can watch with us inside for Pillar. She's going to back up and score. Pillar with 8. Mocs down 5, and they got to hurry. Shot is wide right, and the third quarter has come to an end. Tampa with 22 in the period for 49. The Mocs had 28 at the break. They're at 16. So the Mocs have lost both the second and third quarters pretty badly right now. How about 38-26 against Tampa? But the game is still within reach as we get ready for the final 10 minutes here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Jaguar Land Rover of Lakeland. If you're interested in buying or leasing a pre-owned automotive, Jaguar Land Rover of Lakeland delivers a truly unique automotive experience that exceeds your expectations at every level, every time. Head over to Jaguar Land Rover of Lakeland today. Carl, it's been an interesting game so far. You know, last time it was the Spartans taking the threes. Today they've only hit 2 out of 9. Mocs have made 8 threes.
And so far this year, Tampa is 1-2 when they've made 4 or less three-pointers. That one win was the win over St. Leo, where they had a few struggles. The Mocs are doing a good job of preventing Tampa from doing what they do best, but the Mocs turnovers are really making them struggle.
Pereira had it stripped out of bounds. What's the call? It's going to go to Tampa.
And there's another turnover for the Mocs, 13 on the day, more than the amount of assists they have with 12.
Well, they averaged 13 for a game, so we've still got almost a full quarter to go. And again, I guess attribute a little bit to Tampa, but the Mocs have made some sloppy passes as well.
A lot of mental mistakes in this one so far, but that's the thing. They were the comeback kids to start the year, and now's the time to get back into that.
Ramsey for McDonald tried to get a pass and kicked. Oh, the Mocs are really unhappy. They had a steal, but the call was the kicked ball that time by Ion, and Tampa will keep it.
Watch this inbound defense here. The Mocs have to make sure they don't let up a look in the paint, force Tampa to make plays on the perimeter.
Ramsey to inbound. All the way back out for Davis. They got a 20 on the clock. Ramsey, Washington probably got away with a foul there. Here's McDonald near the foul line, kicked it out. They're covering out a little better. Davis for the 3, that's short. Rebound, and we got a foul, and where are we going?
And the Mocs right now, they did a great job of controlling the perimeter, but you need to box out in opportunities like that. You can't let a player follow their shot from behind the three-point line and get the rebound there if you want to win a game against the number 23 team in the country.
Washington commits the foul. So another inbounds pass, another 20 here for the Spartans. All the way back out for Ramsey. Her 99th career start for UT. 129 games, a layup all the way up and in.
Mock switch to man there, just didn't work with that communication.
8 for her. Mocs down 7. Need stops, need points. Pereira for 3. Got it. Lily Pereira has not forgotten how to shoot the 3. She has got 11 now, or 12.
And she's 3 for 3, Jim. Has done a great job of being efficient in this one, taking the right shots, not forcing them when she doesn't have to.
So here is Palmieri. McDonald near the foul line. They're covering that up a little better now. Palmieri back out. They're trying to rotate and look for the 3 here. Mock's doing a pretty good job of stopping them. Here's Ramsey baseline. Pereira staying with her. And that's a foul on Washington, but I think Davis slipped as well. It's kind of a double on that one. But Washington does indeed get the foul.
And that'll be her second of this quarter and the game. She has 5 assists so far.
Voss in for a White. And Tampa will get Rodriguez back in. And I think Ramsey will get a seat for the first time, I believe.
Offensive substitution there for the Mocs. They want to get a little bit more offense with Gianna Voss. Reagan White, a really good defender for the Mocs inside. But Voss just has a little bit more ability on the offensive end.
Mocs down 4. Need a stop. There's McDonald. They converge on her. She gets it out for Davis. Good pass into the corner for Rodriguez. And now the jumper by Van Bennekom goes through. Stayed up for a while and went down. She's got 5. Mocs down 6.
Mocs a little bit late there responding to that baseline cut. Good move there by Tampa.
Washington going up. Shot, good. Nice move by Briasia on that one. She's got 4, and the Mocs are down 4.
That's one of my favorite part about Washington's game, her ability to just stop and go at will.
Palmieri, Davis, and Davis. Corner, Van Bennekom, 3. No. Rebound, Gomes. Mocs down 4 with the ball, 7.5 to go. Sydney taking it all the way down. Shot up and in and 1. Sydney Gomes to 14, and she's got 1 coming up.
Sid doing a great job of putting her head down and getting a bucket. That's what you need to do as a leader of the team. She's one of the captains for this Mocs inside, and she's showing it right now.
Van Bennekom with the foul. That's going to get Ramsey back in a hurry. And sitting down will be Palmieri. So 1 for Gomes here now. Can get the Mocs to within 1. Sydney is at 75.5. This is her 99th free throw of the year. And did not get it to go. Mocs down 2. Every possession becomes critical. Still a long way to go, but every possession is important. Ramsey into the corner. Van Betacombe for Davis.
Good rotation by the Mocs. Watch that strong side over here.
And there's a foul. That's going to be called on McDonald. She kind of smacked Sydney there.
And that's a great call by the refs. They called a moving screen on Sid early in the game and were reassuring Coach Zegas, hey, we're going to call a fair game. And so far, I think they've done a really good job of doing so.
Mocs can tie or take the lead on this trip. Here's Gomes. Around that eye on screens. Got an open look. Goes up. Shot good. Tie game for the Mocs. 16 for Sydney Gomes. It's 0-0 with 6:45 to go. That's the way they got to look at it. Ramsey with the ball. Great comeback by the Mocs.
6-0 run last minute, Jim.
Down low. McDonald got it somehow. Davis back out for Ramsey. Mocs defense has stepped up a little bit. Davis, runner, no, air ball, won by Pereira. Here is Gomes. Mocs can take the lead. Sydney, back out. Ion for the lead. No, short. And the rebound, Rodriguez. Tampa back the other way as we approach 6 to go. This is Ramsey. McDonald, back out. Rodriguez driving through, can't get it. Van Betacombe, the open jumper, will go. Well, we mentioned she had 18 against the Mocs last time. She's got 7 tonight. 2-point Tampa lead. Here's Voss.
And watch Gomes here. They're face guarding her. They're saying, you can beat us with anybody else right now.
Voss going through. Just missed it, but she will shoot 2.
Good job there by Voss. I really like her as the main ball handler at times throughout the game. Does a great job of finding her way into the painted area and getting to the free throw line.
3 fouls on Tampa. And Voss to shoot 2. She was 11 for 13 coming in.
Right now, the Mocs 2 for 6 from the free throw line. They struggled against Nova. Despite being a strong free throw shooting team, it's really bit them in the butt in some close games this year.
Got that one, and the Mocs are down 1. Mocs showing some backcourt pressure. Here is McDonald's got room to run up the left side. And back out for Davis, and now Ramsey. Mocs back into the zone. Dumped it to McDonald. Trying to drive through. Now she's cut off. Gomes got a hand on it, but Davis got it back. There is McDonald, the open jumper. Won't go. Pereira the rebound.
Good rebound there by Pereira, but I need to see the Mocs box out better on the baseline. Right now they're letting Van Betacombe roam free.
Mocs are down 1. Again, can take the lead on this trip. Voss trying to go in. Offensive foul, Gianna Voss. That hurts. 3 on the Mocs here in the period. Both teams are 3 fouls, so we may see free throws that we haven't seen a whole lot of today.
And that was an interesting call. I didn't think the feet were set there, but the Mocs now, they need to try to get some charges of their own. Tampa, they have 3 team fouls. That's their most through the first 5 minutes of a quarter so far today. Try to get them in foul trouble. Try to get the bench in the game more, because right now the starters are doing a really good job of maintaining this lead.
This is Rodriguez. Ramsey. Down for Van Betacombe. Back out. Rodriguez. And now they'll run some clock as they always do. Here's Ramsey for Rodriguez. McDonald. Davis. Trying to go in. Goes up on Ion, who swatted it away. Ooh, Van Betacombe went down really hard. And I think they're going to call a traveling violation. They're going to call a travel. And Tom Jesse's about ready to explode, I think. But they got to check Van Betacombe. She got hurt on that play. She went down brutally hard. And I think they're going to call a timeout. Mocs will get the ball, but we're going to, let's see how long. Let's just stay here for a second. She went down really hard. I think we're going to call a timeout here. So let's go ahead and they'll take the media timeout here. We'll be back right after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, the good news is that Kath Van Bedecombe got up and got over to the bench under her own power, and let's hope that that young lady is okay. She's a senior out of the Netherlands, went to the University of New Mexico, and has been a thorn in the Mock side this season.
Yeah, she's done a great job contributing all year for this Tampa side. And also someone who's contributed so far tonight is McDonald, 17 points. That's tying her her second best so far this year, had 20 against Clayton State.
So here we go now. Gomes, Mox again with a chance to take the lead. Pass up and in for Lily Pereira. Mox by 1. Pereira with 14 big ones for Florida Southern.
Lily Pereira is one of my favorite players on this Moxon team because she just does all the right things. Great backdoor cut and great find there by Sydney Gomes.
Her career high today. Deep three by Rodriguez. That won't go. Rebound Voss. Gomes will bring it up. Mox with a 1-point lead as we approach 4 minutes to go. Around a screen by Washington. Looking for a couple. Double high post screens. Here is Ion. And Pereira. Pereira kicks it out for Ion. 3 from the bench. No. Rebound Tampa. Rodriguez will travel. And she knows it. She wanted to slam the ball down, but it was because she was mad at herself.
Yeah, and the good thing she didn't, because then that would have been some free throws
That's
for Florida
right.
Southern.
That
The Mocs
sure
doing
would
a
have been.
great job defensively. Tampa hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. I want to see Kat drawn out here, force that opening in the paint.
Gomes looked like she was going to go. She's going in and didn't get it to go, but she'll shoot a couple.
A good job there by Sid, seeing Pillar go out a little bit with Kat moving out of the painted area, finding a way to attack with that left.
Gomes 63 points in 6 career games against Tampa prior to today. And she's 0 for 1. And she struggled a little bit at the line today, as have the Mocs. She's got one more to give her team a 2-point lead. And missed them both. And we got a foul. They're going to call it on Voss. That hurts.
And that one will actually be on Gracia Washington.
Oh, they did. They call it on
That'll
Washington.
be her third.
So 3 on her and 4 on the Mocs. Both teams with 4 now. So we got bonus free throws from here on. Tough break for Sydney Gomes. She's been usually really good at the line. Those were free throws number 100 and 101 this year. She's around 76%. So here's Ramsey and Davis. Mocs by 1. Defense has stepped up here in the quarter. Ramsey again for McDonald, cutting across the lane. The jumper won't go. Rebound Pereira. Mocs still lead it by 1. Have the ball as we come up on 3 minutes to go.
And I'm going to sing her praises again. I know I'm a broken record, but great rebound there. Strong hands on the ball, rebound the ball. Great job.
Gomes sees an opening. She's going up. She's got it. Sydney Gomes saw it, took it. She's got 18. Mocs by 3. Ramsey with the ball. For McDonald, ball almost stolen. Pillar, move inside and up and in. Zoe Pillar with 10, and we're going to get a timeout. Let's see who called it here. I think Tom Jesse called it out. It'll be a 30. So we'll keep it here. That'll leave both teams with 2 timeouts. The media timeout is gone, so we will have those 2 timeouts for both teams. And, Carl, this is coming down to 1 possession. You mentioned earlier, Mocs need to win these close games, which they have not done this year.
And now's an opportunity to do that. Continue to show this 2-3 where the wings are helping up. I'd like to see, especially in the last 90 seconds, something we saw in the last home game. Trapping on the wing, force those turnovers. I think that would be very effective against this Tampa squad who's broken the press well, but at times on the wings, they're getting a little bit soft with those dribbles, bringing it a little bit higher. That allows for the trap to be a little bit more dangerous. And also, offensive end, continue to have Sydney Gomes bring it up. They can't face guard all the way up unless they want to have a press, and you don't want to let the Mocs run in transition.
Here we go. Now remember, both teams with 4 fouls. Free throws from here on. Here's Washington. Tampa has been in a man, looks like a little bit of a zone. Around the Pereira screen, deep 3, got it! Sydney Gomes has got 21. Mocs by 4.
And that was just a heat check, and Sid, you are on fire right now.
Here's Ramsey. Mock defense. McDonald trying to go through traffic, and she will shoot a pair.
Voss reaching there, and I believe the foul will be on her. It is. A good defensive possession there by Ion. Just too aggressive on that pass in by Voss.
So Voss will get her second, and free throws for McDonald. She now has 18 to lead her team, but Carl, she has not had a basket here in the quarter. Mox is starting to do a really good job on defending that position.
And a big part of it is stunting in to show that pressure and allow a teammate to recover. Earlier in the year, we saw the man, and a big part of that man was the scramble defense. They've improved in that in their zone now against this Tampa side. And like you mentioned, forcing that mid-range jumper to be no more.
Under 2 to go, a 2-point Mock lead. Here is Washington around an Ion screen, trying to go in traffic. Shot is out of bounds, and I guess it was knocked out by Tampa.
Yeah, and that's a possession the Mocs need to leave in the third quarter. Need to find ways to get everyone involved when other players are touching the ball. They're having success. Can't just go downhill all the time.
9 on the shot clock. Gomes for Ion. 4-3. No. Rebound. Tampa. Ramsey. Voss may have fouled her, but she pulled her arms back, and the official didn't call it.
And the Mocs have struggled from 3 since they started off 6 for 12, now 4 for their last 12.
Pillar up, missed. Ball knocked out, and Washington comes up with it. Now the Mocs can run a little clock again, up 2. And now Megan Zekas wants a timeout. Let's see if it's going to be a full or a 30. It'll be a full, so we'll step aside. Mocs with 1 timeout left. 1:18 to go. There's our score, and we're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. There's our score, time remaining. Mocs with a 2-point lead thanks to a really big-time 3 by Sydney Gomes.
Yeah, and this is a tough shot, but a great job of finding that space and having the confidence to put it up and in. The Mocs, like I mentioned before that break, struggling from 3 over the last bit of the game. But right now the Mocs just need to find a way to take good shots. Bring this clock down, 25 left on the shot clock. Put it in the hands of your best player, Sydney Gomes. Let me see some pick and pop action with her and Kat, and maybe it'll open up the paint as well.
So Florida Southern will have it. Now the Mocs do have 5 team fouls, so we'll be in the bonus here from here on. Tampa with 4, and they have not had one in a while. Here is Gomes. And the shot clock is down to 15, and now Breasia Washington will have it.
And watch Voss here.
Washington near the foul line for Voss. For Ion. Goes through, kicks it out. Washington's got to get it off. Missed the shot. It's on the floor, won by Tampa. Zoe Pillar with a rebound. We're under a minute to go, and Tampa brings the ball up. Mocs by 2. This is Rodriguez for McDonald. They get it back out to Ramsey. Davis for the lead. Got it. Olivia Davis nails the 3. She's got 7. Tampa by 1. And let's see, and the Mocs are going to take another timeout. A huge 3 by Olivia Davis. Now, again, Carlin, well, I think we'll just go ahead and keep it here. Tampa has not shot a lot of 3s today and have not been very successful with the 3. But, boy, Olivia Davis really nailed this one.
And they're 9th in the NCAA in three-point percentage, 37.7%. You mentioned not shooting as well as they normally do from 3 in this one. That's something the Mocs just could not let up. You can let them tie it, but now with the 1-point lead, it is do or die. A bucket is more than needed.
Well, it's a 5-second difference here between shot and game. So the big question is, are they going to run it down and take the shot, or are they going to take the first best available, which will give Tampa the ball back?
So there's there's two ways that I think about this possession. You find the best shot, but if you get it early, you take it. If you don't get it immediately, stay patient enough to be able to create that opportunity. Can't wait too long, but also can't rush it.
Here we go. To Gomes. That's who you want to have it. Down low, Pereira, can she go up? She does, and she got it. Lily Pereira got it. She's got 15, and now Tampa wants the timeout. And Tampa can indeed, and again, we'll keep it here, Tampa can indeed run the clock down. And now, Carl, for me, the big question is the same one. Do they, or do they take the first available shot? If I'm them, I want the last shot.
I agree. Hold the ball here. I would look for Pillar to come back into the game. They're going to try to isolate her on one block or the other, try to overload that same side most likely, try to pull the defense out. If you crash it on Pillar, we're going to put the shot up, and we're going to try to get that shot to go in. But a great job there on the offensive end from Lily P. We can't overstate how big of a shot that was.
Yep.
A really, really hard shot in the paint. We can see it here, and finding a way to stay calm in this gym. That is an incredibly high-pressure situation. You're fumbling for the ball on the ground, and then you're going up and rising through the contact. And you got to remember, Lily Pereira didn't play much at all last year.
Nope.
She has grown into a huge leader for this team. That's part of why she's one of the captains.
Well, a career high for her today with those 15 points. Her previous high was Trinity with 12, so it shows that she's getting a lot more minutes against some really good Sunshine State Conference opponents.
You can see Pillar in right now. Very, very interested to see how Ion guards her.
So here we go. The Mocs have been in a zone the entire game. Let's see if they still are. Mocs are going to try to get a sub. They cannot do it. They did not get it done in time. Here we go. Ramsey for Rodriguez. Back to Ramsey. Still looking for Rodriguez. Watch the clock with us. Rodriguez shot is good. Rodriguez got it. Mocs got to hurry. Gomes the three, just short. And the Mocs come up 1 point short. Wow. Wow. Rodriguez buried a little soft jumper, and she had a tough angle to take it. She hit it, and then the Mocs had virtually no time left to try to come down and get that final shot. Boy, a heartbreaking loss for Florida Southern against the number 23 team in the country, and Tampa prevails by 1. Unreal.
And the Mocs, they got sucked into the paint there, and we saw that opening in the mid-range, and we've seen that throughout this game. Really good job there by Tampa, going back to what they had success with throughout this one. A really, really tough end to the game, like you mentioned, Jim. Another one possession loss for the Mocs, and you could see the emotion on the faces of the players. This one meant a lot and just couldn't get it.
Well, the Mocs fall to 10-9 overall, 5-7 in the conference. Tampa goes to 18-4 and 10-2. And Carl, again, I think we saw just how much improved this Mocs team is and how hard they play and how tough they play. But again, they didn't finish, and we had talked about that earlier. They lost another really tough, close game.
And a big part of that 8-0 run to end the third, and then another 8-0 run 2 minutes in, or to end the first, and an 8-0 run 2 minutes into the third. The Mocs just need to find ways to limit those situations where they just become stagnant offensively. Need to find ways to hunker down and get those possessions back. You can see on the screen 14 turnovers for Florida Southern and 16 points off turnovers for Tampa. The Mocs out-rebounded them, but the Mocs, without those turnovers and the free throw difference, 14 free throw attempts for Tampa, 11 made, 3 free throws made for the Mocs on 9 attempts. That's just not how you win close games.
Yeah, and I mean, they have been a good free throw shooting team all year. In fact, they've been averaging 74% from the line, and if they do that today, they win this thing. I mean, that's just plain and simple there. They win it, but they just came up a little bit short. Well, while we await Mocs head coach Megan Zikas, let's go ahead and get you some scoring totals here. You can see the unfortunate for the Mocs final score. Florida Southern was 25 of 54 from the field. Tampa was 25 of 56. Can't be much closer than that. Florida Southern hit 10 threes out of 24. Tampa made only 3 of 13. And as Carl mentioned, 14 free throws for Tampa, made 11. Mox with 9 free throws, made 3. Big difference in the game. 33-32 in rebounding. Florida Southern wins it. Again, the Mox with 34 bench points to only 7 for Tampa. In the paint, though, Tampa had 32 to the Mox 24. 21 points for Sydney Gomes to lead the Mox. Lily Pereira with a career-high 15. Catalina Ion with 11. Those are the double-digit scores for Florida Southern. For Tampa, Marissa McDonald had 19, but they shut her down in the fourth quarter. McDonald only got 2 free throws. They completely stopped her at that little easy shot there that she was hitting. She had 19, 12 for Zoe Pillar, 11 for Aubrey Ramsey, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 11 assists for Ramsey as Florida Southern comes up just a little bit short here by 1 point. And we're now joined up here at the press table by Mox head coach Megan Zekelson. Coach, well, first of all, thanks for joining us. I know this is not an easy time for you. You came really close against the number 23 team in the country, just couldn't quite get over the hump.
You know, I thought we played well enough. You know, I have a quick glance at this.
Yep.
We're 3 for 9 for free throws.
Yep.
You know, we got to make free throws to close out games, and you know, that's just not one thing. But you know, I thought we did a better job executing in the second half.
Okay.
We cut down our turnovers. What do we have? 5 turnovers in the second half. So I thought we did a really good job in that. We just couldn't. Tough one. We want to finish all those ones out, but. You know, I thought we played hard. We made baskets. We made plays when we needed to. They just made a big butt. Hats off to Tampa. They're 23 in the nation for a reason.
Yep.
You know, but every game we played against them has come down to the wire, and so they just finished it off.
Sure did.
And, Coach, someone that almost helped you guys finish it off, that was Lily P. I think she had probably the best game of her career today. 15 points, a career high for her. But I was incredibly impressed by her cutting that's continued throughout this year, but especially her rebounding.
Yeah, you know, Lily P. She's a jack of all trades, and she's really has come. Her hard work has come into fruition. You know, she gets in the gym. She's gym rat. She works hard, and it's always good to see that pay off for her. And then she's been steady for us off the bench too. So I think she's been giving us really good minutes, not only offensively but defensively too with rebounding.
Well, McDonald had 17 against you through 3 quarters, but she only had 2 free throws in the fourth. What did you do defensively to sort of cut off that 10-foot jumper that she was taking?
You know, we just made a couple adjustments. You know, whether it's ball pressure coming up, there's a couple of different things we did. Just different looks to give them. You know, but that's a shot that, you know, statistically is the worst shot. You know, so but it's tough. When she made that consistently, it's tough. But you know, it's a little tough one. It's a little stinger. It stings a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I don't. Sure,
you know,
but
the game plan worked. You know, 3 for 13 from 3. They made 16 threes last time.
Yep.
But they did a good job of getting in the paint.
And I'll be Mr. Positivity in this postgame with you, Coach Zeke. Something that I was really impressed with was the 2-3 zone in this one with your rotations. I think especially in that second half, I was in awe of how the players were communicating on the court and finding ways to work on to limit those three-pointers from Tampa. What went into telling those players to really be able to get that going?
You know, when we're working together and we're firing on all cylinders, it's pretty to see.
Yep.
You know, and defensively and offensively. And so when we're working together, we're talking, and we're all in sync, you know, our defense is pretty darn good. That's in man or zone. But, you know, I think the first time we played Tampa was the very first time we introduced the zone. And, you know, I think Tampa was exposed a little bit, but then we were able to make some adjustments the second game. And, again, hats off to Tampa. They're a really good team. They just made a big play at the end.
Yep, just one shot. Well, you've got a weekend off. I can't say a week off, but a weekend off coming up. And it doesn't get any easier. You go to St. Pete to play Eckerd next Wednesday.
Yep, Eckerd's a good team. You know, we'll watch Saturday's game. We'll prepare for them. I think they're in their normal gym now.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if they won tonight. But, you know, we're going to watch this film a little bit and learn from it. And then we got Eckerd, who's another top 4 team in our conference.
Well, good luck on Wednesday. We'll see you a week from Saturday against Lynn here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Mox head coach Megan Zekas following a heartbreaking loss, no question about it. 64-63, the final score. And, Carl, any final thoughts from you before we get ready for men's basketball? For me, I was really pleased how they did adjust that zone in the fourth quarter. It really got them back into the game. Remember, they were down 8 at one point in the third quarter, and it did not look really good. They got back, and I think thanks to the way they switched things around a little bit in that zone and kept Marissa McDonald from getting open looks.
And now I'll be the negative guy. The one takeaway that I really have from this game, outside of all the positives we talked to Coach Zekas about, is there's a difference between hero ball and selfish ball. And I think at times during that game, we saw selfish basketball where the players, they weren't looking to really find a good look for themselves or their teammates. They're just looking to get a shot up to try to find some prayer to be answered. They need to find ways to eliminate that, because that's how teams have been getting on runs against them and getting wins like this.
Well, let's go ahead and get ready for men's basketball. My thanks to Carl Van Geller, to Chelsea Moore, our producer, to our camera people. We're going to probably step aside for around 10, 12 minutes. When we come back, it'll be men's basketball, the Mocs against the Spartans. It's the second return of head coach Link Darner back here to the Florida Southern College gym, where he led the Mocs to a national championship back in 2014-15. Carly's 0-3 against the Mocs since he's come back here into the Sunshine State Conference. I would think he is ready to go tonight.
And the Mocs, they've heard that stat too, and they want to keep it rolling.
You bet. All right, but we're going to go ahead and step aside for around 10 minutes. When we are back, we'll get you set for men's basketball. The nationally ranked Mocs against the up-and-coming Spartans, coming up next on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.